Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Jonna. This is Jonna OMG. Today I'll be reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, it's technically episode 17, but it's also part 1 of the reunion. So let's go ahead and get right on into this review. As you can see, I'm rocking the Portugal mug. Portugal, Spain, as Kenya would like to think. Anyway. So I decided to watch the uncensored version that's available on Peacock because, child, I wanted all the theatrics, okay? I needed all the cursing intact to make sure nothing was left out, okay? So the theme was blue, or shades of blue, bluish green, I guess, shades of blue, I guess you can say. Kandi's and Marlo's dress were by far my favorite. Kandi had this like sequins or bedazzled number on, but it was like ombre, so it went from like tan to blue. And then Marlo had this like blue gown, like an overflowing gown. I thought it was really cute. It was definitely a different look from Marlo than we're used to seeing her, but it fit her really well. Yeah, I enjoyed it, even though Kenya called her Mrs. Roper. I thought it was cute. Kenya's dress, I didn't like the underboob thing. Everybody kept talking about it like, oh, that's so cute. I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. I didn't think it was necessary for the gown at all. It would have been one of my favorites had it not had the little underboob cut out right there. It was kind of weird to me. Drew and Sheree, basic, really basic. Sonya's dress, it fit her well. It showed her baby bump really nice, but the fabric looked real cheap to me. It was like giving wannabe sequins, but I don't know, it looked cheap. I did like Mayetta. She had like a little pantsuit number on. I thought that was really cute. Courtney, let's move on. So let's go ahead and address it now, because we all knew Sheree was looking a little different in her confessionals. I'm trying to figure out what is going on. So she did admit that she did have a nose job. But then she tried to say that she was having breathing trouble, so she went in to get that fixed, and then told them, while y'all in there, go ahead and give me a little nip tuck around my nose. And I was like, is that how it works? My guess is no. Thinking you went in originally for the nose job. So anyway, so Sheree and Drew had the seats next to Andy, which I thought was whatever, honestly. I guess Drew, because of the whole divorce thing. Sheree, yeah, I'm not sure. Sheree didn't bring a lot to the season to me. Well, nobody did, to be honest. Like, this season was really boring. Really, it dragged. I don't know why Sheree bothers me so much. I just feel like she'd be too old. She's too old for the things that she's like going through. Like, even with that mess with Tyrone. Like, girl, at your big age, why are you talking to a man in jail? And then Martell, like, he got like young kids. He done went outside of his marriage, had another baby. Like, and these are known facts. Like, we know this about him. We've seen it play out on TV. So it's just, I don't know. I feel like at her big age, she shouldn't be going through half of the stuff she be putting herself through. Anyway, but she did say that she has pulled back from Martell. She said she's always getting pulled into his mess. And I'm like, yeah. Of course you are, because he still is over there actively trying to get with Melody on his show, Love and Marriage Huntsville. So that's probably the real reason why she pulled back, because she can see that Martell is clearly still in love with Melody. If Melody said, Martell, I want you back right now, he would go. I am sure. But she said she's just, I guess, tired of dealing with his mess. But I'm like, girl, you knew he had a bunch of mess when you started dating him. You knew the girl, the side piece he had the baby with, she was still in the blogs heavily. Like, he had mess way before you and during you. And so I'm just like, you knew what you signed up for to me. Child, Andy ex Kenya was her divorce final, and it is not. And it's just really a mess. Like, Mark filed a new charge to like hold her in contempt, and then he filed some other charge because Marlo, do you remember in Alabama, Marlo was beating on the door and Brooklyn was in the room with Kenya? So Mark said that basically Kenya is putting Brooklyn in an unsafe environment because of that issue. I'm like, oh Lord. So it's just ridiculous at this point. And then Kenya comes out and gives this like subpoena to Andy, saying that Marlo has to show up in court, and I guess as a witness for in support of Kenya, saying that it wasn't actually a violent situation going on. So she gives this little subpoena. Andy was like, this thing is blank. And I'm like, oh Lord, Kenya, where are your receipts, girl? How you gonna pull something out and it not even the actual thing? She was like, oh, well, they might have printed the wrong one. I'm like, did they? Oh, they printed the wrong one. Come on, Kenya, now do better. Now I expected better from you. I did. So yeah, I guess Marlo gotta show up in court. I don't know how true that is, but this divorce with Mark, it's nasty, y'all. Like, divorce is it this bad? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I couldn't imagine going through this with somebody that I had a child with, or somebody that I was like in love with before. So it's just like, does it have to get this nasty? I just feel like Mark is a narcissist. Like, he doesn't even want nothing to do with Kenya, but he is just dragging it on and on just to mess with that girl. I think he is just stirring up mess with that girl to rile her up. So they brought up Sheree's birthday dinner and how Martell was asking all the ladies to like cash app him to pay their portion of the bill, but we never got an answer if that was true or not. I wanted to hear it from Sheree's mouth on if Martell actually did that or not. Like, I want to know, because it's just not a good look. Oh my goodness. But we never got to it because they went left like so quickly too. Like, I couldn't even keep up. Out of nowhere, Kandi and Sheree were getting into it. Kandi was talking about how Sheree don't pay her bills. Sheree's talking about it, but nobody has ever brought me to court. And then they started talking about plastic surgery, that this is like Sheree's 5th nose job, and Kandi has had plastic surgery like 4 others. Child, I really couldn't keep up. And I don't even know, I can't even point out where it came from. It just seemed like it came out of left field because we never got the answer about Martell. And then Sheree brings up this like newspaper that she created called She News. It was actually kind of cute. I had to give her that. It was better than Kenya's little fake subpoena, child. But she had photos of like Kandi's businesses, like bad reviews, and then talking about Kandi's boutique tag about how the clothing, some of that clothing comes from Shein too. But I'm like, Sheree is missing the whole point in that whole thing, because Kandi is what Kandi was trying to say is she is a clothing store. So the clothes can come from anywhere. They could come from Shein, they can come from Fashion Nova, they can come from whatever, right? She's not branding herself as a fashion line, and that's where Sheree made the mistake. She branded herself as a fashion line, meaning insinuating that these designs are original, yet they from Shein. So it's not the same. It's not the same. So what Sheree probably just should have did is call herself just like a clothing store like Kandi did, and we wouldn't be tripping on these Shein design at these prices of $200+. Like, girl, come on. Like, I'm not paying $200 for no Shein. That's gonna get messed up when I wash it. Like, stop. So we move into the Drew segment, which there are probably gonna be multiple segments about Drew because we still got to get to the bottom of this divorce, child. So they asked her about the movie, The Past, and she said it was a great experience. Everybody was really professional. Did y'all see the movie? Did y'all see the movie? I don't want to give any spoilers, but I do want to make some comments about the movie. I can do that in another video, but please comment down below if y'all seen the movie, because that movie, The Past, and Drew's life, real life, the parallels are crazy. The parallels are unmatched between that movie and Drew's real life. And I'm like, Ty, you wrote this. You wrote this with Drew in mind. That's all I got to say. So they asked Drew about the Lifetime comment. You know, she was like, she's not doing anything that is lower than Lifetime anymore. And I guess it's basically surrounding like the pay. Though Kandi did say they paid her more than $10,000, but she said this was the lowest thing that she's gotten paid for. So she's used to making more money from these type of projects. So, but, you know, she wanted to give Todd a chance because this is his first time doing a film. But her agent did pass on it originally, though, I guess because of the pay. But Kandi said they paid her more than $10,000, child. That's what they said now. And then Drew was upset about Kenya calling her music video a low budget blow by Beyonce. And I'm like, girl, okay, like, I took it as fun shade. I don't see how Drew couldn't have took it as fun shade either. Like, it was. Like, not trying to be funny, but like, Drew don't have the budget that Beyonce has. So it was a low budget blow. Doesn't mean, that's not a bad thing. That's just what it is. Like, you ain't got the budget of Beyonce, Drew, so, but I mean, girl, you being compared to Beyonce, like, take it as a win, right? Right? So then they talk about this kiss between Drew and LaToya, child, and Kandi just don't like the fact that Drew was calling her a liar, basically. Kandi's like, she didn't lie about anything, she saw what she saw. Drew talked about something Kandi said maybe like a couple years ago. Kandi was like, she just played it down because Drew was going so hard about not kissing her. She thought maybe because of Ralph, she was trying to save face or something, but she played it down in an interview like a couple years ago. But she was like, the facts remain the same. I did see you and LaToya kissing. Kenya seen them kissing, even Marlo. Now Marlo did change her tune a little bit. She was like, now she's only like 80% sure that she saw them kissing. But Marlo said, because, you know, Drew was out here saying, you know, on my kids, I didn't kiss her, on my kids. So I'm like, Marlo, if somebody like, on my kids, I didn't do something, I'm going to be like, dang, did I misread the situation? Maybe, because surely she wouldn't lie on her kids. Surely. Right? I don't know. But then again, those are just words that on my kids thing. Those are just words. So maybe she would. I don't know. But I'm like her. I would have been real confused. Like, did I see what I saw? If she's saying she going real hard saying that this not happen, like on her kids, it didn't happen. So I would have been confused like Marlo too. I ain't gonna even lie. So all the girls were pretty much calling out Drew for lying all the time. Production missed this opportunity. They should have been better prepared because they should have been able to roll these clips of each time Drew been caught into a lie. They only gave like one example, but I'm like, ooh, not good enough. I wanted them to drill it home. So Courtney and Monyetta joined the ladies. We learned that Courtney's aunt is Courtney's aunt is married to Ralph's uncle. So that's the connection. Andy was like, that's a pretty loose, weak connection between y'all two as far as cousins go. Which, yeah, it is pretty weak. But I will say, for my family, if Courtney would be like constantly coming around, like family functions, in my family, we will probably call her cousin too. I mean, it's just what it is. Like, even if it's through marriage, if she coming around consistently to the family function and events and funerals and all of that good stuff, weddings, she probably be called cousin too. So I can't even say it's a weak connection. My family, we don't care. Weak or not, cousin is a cousin. So I don't even know what happened after this, but Courtney called Drew fake for something, and then Drew gonna throw a plum at her. I loved it. I loved it because it was spot on. It was spot on because Courtney, you could tell from when she first entered the scene, she was vying for a peach because she was doing too much too soon. I'm like, girl, you just got here. You already picking a fight with Kandi, with Drew, with Monyetta. No, who else? Somebody else. Shoot, who else she was picking? Kenya. Yeah, she came in way too high. You can tell. I'm like, this girl is trying to get a peach, and she would like do anything to get it. I mean, really, it was nauseating to watch. The desperation was real. Is real. So we moved to the Marlo segment. Marlo says she's still dating Scotland, and I'm not sure what. I thought in the last episode, the ending credits, she said she wasn't dating him anymore. So I don't know how I missed it, but apparently they still dating. But she hasn't met any of his kids yet, and he hasn't met her nephews. I'm like, okay, yeah, you haven't met the 1-year-old. Well, he's probably like 2 now, I guess. But so they're just keeping it casual, which I think they should do, honestly. They asked Kenya, was she annoyed about Marlo going on a date with Roy? And she was like, no, because it wasn't even a date. I mean, we know Marlo's dates end with the money on the dresser, drive a compressor. Child, I don't care what Kenya says. I do not care. I know that she is annoyed that Marlo has any type of connection with Roy. I would be too. I don't care if it was years before me. I would be annoyed that my partner, my boyfriend, had dated my arch nemesis. I would be annoyed. I mean, it's not a deal breaker, of course, but I would be annoyed. So I don't really care what Kenya say. I know she annoyed that Roy and Marlo even know each other. I know she is. So then they started talking about Sheree. Like this season, she was trying to be the peacemaker, but last couple seasons, she was known as the bone collector. I was really uninterested in this segment. However, I don't like the fact, I'm okay with Sheree being the bone collector. I don't like the fact that she don't hold everybody's feet to the fire, meaning Kim. She let Kim say and do, Kim Zolciak now. She let her say and do whatever. Kim made a comment like, oh, is that, talking about Kenya, telling me something, oh, is that bee still alive? That is so rude to say. And the fact that Sheree didn't say nothing when Kim made that comment, and Kim was like, all you could have said was, yes, that's my friend and she is doing well. Like, instead of just letting it graze past her that, is she still alive? Why would she say that? Like, that's just nasty. And I don't know. It's some weird that Sheree don't ever try to check Kim. Like, Kim can really get away with murder. And I'm like, Sheree, what is up with you not holding this white lady accountable for anything? You quick to hold everybody else accountable for things they say, but Kim get a pass? I don't know. This white lady, it's weird to me. It's weird. So they started talking about the Portugal trip again and the alleged collusion, which I think it was a collusion. I'm with Mayetta on this one. Courtney's trying to tell her whole side of the thing, but I just don't like how she's telling the story. She has this very condescending attitude, trying to play Mayetta like she dumb, like, you were confused. Oh, you were confused. And I'm like, how could she been that confused? She was sitting right in the room with y'all. So clearly she would have known if you were just mocking Drew, right? She was literally in the room with y'all, listening to the whole conversation. So how could she have been that confused, Courtney? Like, I just don't like how Courtney talked to the other ladies sometimes. Like, it ain't giving shade. It's giving like she trying to play people like they dumb, and I don't like that. I definitely think it's a collusion. I think Marlo, Sonya, Sheree, and Courtney now are in an alliance because they always so quick to defend Marlo. Marlo can't do nothing wrong. Like, they always taking up for Marlo. Sheree and Sonya especially. So child, Andy asked Mayetta about the comment that she made about Drew. You remember Drew had said to Mayetta while they were on the set of the movie that she had a crush on Ty. So Drew trying to back down of it. She was like, it was just a joke. It was just a joke. It wasn't anything serious, like jokey joke. And Courtney was talking about something. Ralph was just really hurt. And I'm like, girl, I don't believe it. The viewers don't believe it. Nobody believed that Ralph is really hurt. Like, stop it. And then Drew, oh y'all, Drew had got crunk with Courtney, rightfully so. I wasn't mad at it. I enjoyed it actually. Because you remember Courtney at the last episode, I guess Courtney didn't know her mic was still on. She had said something about JoJo's adoption, that the only reason why Drew wanted JoJo to be adopted so she can put Ralph on child support later, which I actually do not think that's the case at all. I think she just really wanted JoJo to feel more connected to Ralph as being the father figure. Like, I don't believe that at all. And so Drew was not having it with Courtney making that comment. And then she tried to lie, like, I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing like that. And even Andy was like, yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did, girl. Like, please stop, Courtney. And I'm like, girl, you just met Ralph 2 seconds ago. Like, he ain't, I mean, you just going so hard. You just going so hard for no reason. And I don't get it. I do get it. She trying to get the peach. Duh. Okay, yeah, never mind. So that was pretty much the end of this part 1 reunion. We have one more part left. So it's not 3 parts. It's only 2, which is good. I don't think it needs 3 because this season, other than Drew's divorce, what else happened? Really? Yeah. Anyway, next episode, Ralphie boy comes on the scene, and I just don't know who to believe between Ralph and Drew. To me, they both lie so much. It's just hard to be on either one of their sides. But I will say I'm probably going to side with Drew because I just don't like Ralph. I don't like him. I don't like him. I think he is a narcissist. I think he is very manipulative. I think he has done it for years, honestly, and Drew just probably sick of it. Yeah, I don't like Ralph. So, but that was the end of it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And then please comment down below if y'all seen that movie, The Past. It's on Peacock. Please go watch it if you haven't, because I do want to make some comments about it, because it's crazy. All right, see y'all.